Hi guys! Hey, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about fractions. Sorry you can't see me, but I have to get really close and then you can see all my wrinkles. um, so we talked about this a little bit last week during our Zoom, but you may have forgotten. Even though fractions are super fun, this week I only have 2 assignments for you, but they are 3rd grade assignments. So I want to go over some vocabulary with you. So 2 words to know. The first one is numerator. That's the top number, and that's going to be the part. So I'm going to write the word part. It's not all of the pieces, but it's going to be part. So like 1/3. The top number is called the numerator, and it's part of the whole. The bottom number is called the denominator. This is always going to be all of the parts or pieces, all of them. So you count all the parts or pieces, and that's going to be the bottom number, the denominator. Okay, so over here I've drawn some circles for you, and it says what fraction of the set is not shaded. So this week when you do your assignments, some will ask you what fraction is green, what fraction is red, what fraction is not shaded, what fraction is shaded. Shaded just means colored in, by the way. So first thing you want to do is count all the bits or pieces. So this set has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my bottom number, my denominator, is going to be the number 6 because there are 6 in all. Now, the question said, what fraction of the set is not shaded? They like to try to trick you. So some people will say 1 because they didn't pay attention to not shaded. So these have not been shaded in. So they are not shaded. So let's count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 circles that are not shaded. So our fraction is 5/6. There are 6 circles in all, and 5 of them were not shaded. Okay, real quick, I also wanted to go over a review of last week that fractions, the parts have to be equal. So if you've taken a whole shape and divided it into parts, those parts have to be exactly the same size. Now, I drew these and I tried to draw them either exactly the same size or obviously not the same size, but I'm drawing. I'm not like a computer. So this square was divided into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And each of those parts are the same size. So this square has been divided into equal parts. So those are all equal parts or fractions of that square. The triangle, on the other hand, while it has been divided into 3 parts, they are not equal. So if this were a triangle of some kind of wonderful food, you wouldn't want to get this little teeny tiny part. You'd want this big one. So these are not equal, so this cannot be a fraction. This rectangle has been divided into 4 parts, and those 4 parts are the same size, pretty much. And so that could be divided, these are divided into equal parts, so that is a fraction of the rectangle. Okay, so let's look at this paper. This rectangle has been divided into 3 parts. So my bottom number, my numerator, is going to be 3 because there are 3 parts. Now, one of the 3 parts is green, 1/3. So I just changed 3 to third. So that's an ordinal number, like if you're like counting what place something is, first, second, third. You don't say I came in 1 place, you say I came in 1st place, or I came in 2nd or 3rd, 4th, 5th. So ordinal, we're using ordinal numbers when we are doing fractions. So if we look at this fraction, there are 2 equal parts. So my numerator is 1 and my denominator is 2. So there are 2 total parts. So on the bottom, I'm going to put how many total parts? 2. And one of those parts is green. So 1/2. Now that's a little tricky because I just said second. I came in second, but or you could say 1/2, but in fractions we call this half. That's half. And you can look at the picture and see that's half. That's how we say that fraction. But you still know that 2 is how many equal parts, and 1 is how many of them are shaded. All right, and then if we look at this rectangle, our denominator is 5 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal parts. So our bottom number is how many total parts. And our top number, our numerator, is 2 because 2 out of the 5 parts are green, and we call that 2/5. So in 3 years, you'll be in 5th grade. This year, you were in 2nd grade, not half grade. Sorry, I'm not trying to confuse you. Okay, and I wanted to tell you about one more thing that you might see this week in your assignments. So, what fraction of this rectangle is purple? What fraction is purple? So if we count the parts, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 total parts. So our denominator is 12, and our numerator is how many are purple? 1, 2, 3. But because this is amped up to the 3rd grade level math, it could be in drumroll word form. So we know that the word form of 3 is just THREE. But because it's a fraction, we don't say 3/12, we say 3/12. So they're going to write out the word 12ths for you. Now that's kind of a funny word, and I actually had to look it up because, well, I didn't know if it was a V or an F, but the word 12 has VE, but we changed the VE to F. You don't need to know this. It'll be multiple choice. 3/12. 3/12. So word form is going to be one of the options. So if we read this 3/12, same with this. If we read it 3/12, our number on the bottom is all of the parts or pieces. That's called our denominator. And you actually don't even need to remember the word denominator so much. You mostly just need to know that it is all of them. Count it all and put that number on bottom. And I think that should cover any questions that come up with your fraction lessons this week. If you do your I know it and you don't like the score you got, I can reassign it to you if you want to try again. But when I grade them each week, I'm just looking to see that you are giving it a try and you're doing it and you're practicing these new things without being in the classroom. And so I'm really proud of you for doing that. Keep up the good work. Ask mom and dad for help. I bet they're fraction experts. Take care, kiddos. Bye-bye.